obviously in '93, Declan, it didn't work out. But do you think was that a case of Derry, the fact that they were coming through, that maybe that extra hunger, the extra yard was in them?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think there was a lot of stuff. 92 after 92, 93, a lot of functions, a lot of travelling, a lot. We picked up an awful lot of injuries, and the infamous day in '93, also final number one should never have taken place on that day. The pitch was unplayable, but that's not taken away from Derry. Derry had, and right, naturally enough, they were going to have serious hunger after getting beaten 92 by a 14-man Donegal team, and then watching Donegal to go on to win in Ireland, and Eamon Coleman had the team ready on the day. It was horrific conditions, but listen, you had to hand it up to Derry. Derry won it. Went on to beating Cork and beating Dublin along the way to win in Ireland, and so it was a golden era for Ulster teams, as I say. Down set the way in 91, we came in 92, Derry came in 93, Down came back in 94, and Tyrone just came up short in 95, so it was a real golden era for Ulster teams.
Yeah, it was definitely Down that was the instigators, though, I suppose, and Donegal had the talent, but they just showed the way of belief. I think that they're there for to do it, we're for to do it, and that's what ended up happening. And John Joe, when the 92 excitement was over, he's obviously lost the 93 Ulster final to Derry. And just to ask your opinion on that game, because on the feeling inside the dressing room after the game, because you've lost the Ulster title, obviously, and you can't defend the Sam Maguire. What was the feeling like after that game? Did it take you a while to get over?
It did, but looking back through the years now and looking how dedicated players are, at the minute, and how professional everything is done. We would have, as a group of players, we would have to ask ourselves a lot of hard questions as to, what our commitment was, from the minute the All-Ireland final whistle was blown. There wasn't really the focus on, the same focus was never in the team again. I would be thinking that we left behind us a National League title and possibly at least another Ulster title, had we showed the same level of commitment as we did right through 92, because, to be honest, if we're all to ask the hard question, it wasn't there after that. Maybe you could say that it's a bit understandable, considering that you probably achieved your lifelong ambition, but I think it wouldn't happen in the more traditional counties where the likes of Kerry and Dublin and Galway, they go on to win back-to-back All-Irelands. It was, I think we could have, if we had been more mature as a group, we could have achieved a bit more, but sure, that's something we'll never have an answer to that one,
Yeah, that is true. It is interesting now looking back to that, and obviously Derry then went on to win their All-Ireland as well, beating Cork, but it's a time that I'm sure that you're just glad to have. There's a good team didn't get one All-Ireland, and at least that's something you do have, John Joe.
Oh, very much so. I mean, like, Derry were a good team, and Derry could say that they should have beat us in the 92 Ulster final. So, that I think it's all about timing, really. And I suppose you have to point out at this stage as well that the great Kerry team were sleeping at the time. It was Clare that came out of Munster.
That's right.
Which was a big opportunity for somebody else. So yeah, Ulster were the kingpins in the Gaelic football at the time, and I suppose we were part of it. And it was just such a break away from the usual Dublin Kerry right up to that. I just feel that maybe if you were to do it all again, that you might have, especially us younger players, because there was a core of players that were in their 30s at that stage, and maybe they didn't see themselves getting much better. But it probably affected not only the younger lads in the panel, but definitely a generation of good footballers that was going as well. That never really, because Donegal did go into decline, and badly into decline after 92. We got to a few National League finals, we didn't win any of them, and then it just we drifted into being just an average team.